Yeah, let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Yeah, oh yeah, the beast back. Adrenaline.
There we go, man. You already know we live, man. Another Tuesday is here. And we did miss what? One Tuesday, two Tuesdays. It don't even matter, man. The NPR Fantasy Football League season 7 is here. It's popping off. 110 days left, fellas.
Yes, sir.
110 days left. And the NFL schedule comes out tomorrow. We got less than 24 hours for that to pop off. So your favorite team, you get to see, you know, who they play. Pretty much everybody should know who they play. They put the home and the ways out, but as far as the schedule, the actual precise schedule, what have you, man. But yeah, man, let's get it cracking, man. I'm the host and Commissioner Bo, man, of the Fantasy Football League NPR, man. What it do, what the business is, man. Big Cup coming in shortly, our co-commissioner. So just be patient with him. Cool, what it do, my guy?
Me. What it do?
The Midwest monster himself, man.
I'm in here, man. It's live and direct, man. Glad to be back with y'all.
Yeah, man. You already know what we do. Took a little hiatus, but we back.
Yes, sir.
And our reigning champ, man. One of our reigning champs in the standard league, the standard side of things, man. Marquise was good, my guy.
Hey, what's happening with you?
Glad to see y'all, bro.
Yes,
Definitely,
sir. I'm
it's
trying to
always
get
a time.
a bit.
Yeah, always a time when we get together, man. Hey, we got some interesting topics tonight. Definitely what we're gonna go through. We got to talk about some retired players. We got to talk about some releases. We got to talk about some injured players and all that good stuff. And we got a dope segment that Cool put together, man. I think it's dope as fuck, man. Like it will be our 5 best. We're gonna start getting into that fantasy football mode. You know what I'm saying? Our 5 best players at each position. You know what I'm saying? So all of us got one of those positions, and that's quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. And we're gonna go from there. So forth and so forth. So yeah, man. Without further ado, before we start, I do want to say to our league mates or whatnot, we are working on draft selection show. We're trying to do that as soon as possible, and which I think is cool that we collectively want to do this because um the sooner the better, right? You know what I'm saying? I think the sooner the better, and it gives us a substantial amount of time to be able to draft pick trade. It gives us time to be able to mock draft the way we want to. The past seasons we've been doing our draft pick shows probably like August or whatnot. You have a month out before we actually draft. But I'm like, why not do it now? Or we like, why not do it now? And we can get it out the way, and that way everybody can focus the rest of the summer before August gets here because it's going by fast, and we'll be able to perfect our craft. So I think that's dope in both leagues for us to be able to do that. But without further ado, man, let's get into it, man. Yeah, where should we start? On one of these players, man. Yeah, matter of fact, let's go to this player right here because I feel some type of way. But I'm gonna let you guys go first on this, and I already know Marquise feels some type of way about. He don't even like. I already know, man. Derek Carr, bro. Derek Carr hung his jersey and his cleats up. He said he done. He done. You know what I'm saying? He don't want no parts of it no more. If I'm not mistaken, 34 years old, standing at 6'3", man. He been in it for a while. He definitely been in it for a while. Played with the Raiders, basically his whole career until he got traded to the Saints. Career numbers, 65.1 completion percentage. He threw for over 40,000 yards, 257 TDs, 112 interceptions, and he finished with a QB rating at 92.8. Yeah, I want to start with you, Marquise, man. Derek Carr, man. Saints Saints definitely need a quarterback, man. How you feel about this one?
Hey, man, it don't matter if they had them or they didn't. At this point, Hey man, I'm just happy to see the Saints in purgatory right now, and I just love every bit of it. As a fan of the Carolina Panthers, and just knowing how much I hate every single team in this division, this gives me joy. I just
I
love
bet
every.
it do.
They about to start a quarterback that's just so close to retirement. Like he's not too far behind Derek Carr. This is great. You couldn't write this up in Hollywood. Like, my God, yes, yes, I love it. As an analyst, man, Derek Carr, man, you had an all right career, man. I loved him out in Las Vegas. Him and his connection with Mari Cooper, Devontae Adams for a little bit. I
Yeah,
mean, he had some good stretches where it was just like his career turned out a lot better than his brothers. I can't agree with
yeah,
that.
yeah. And that would be David Carr,
Yes, sir.
Houston Texans. I
And he played for
definitely.
Carolina. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember those days.
Oh my God.
I remember those days. Hey, cool. I gotta go to you, bro. Derek Carr, man. I don't want to. I don't even want to ask you this question. Like I was about to say, Hall of Fame career or not. I mean, I don't know. But hey, Derek Carr, man, he finally hung it up. Chris Olave and them boys need a quarterback. I mean, they got Tyler Shue. I think I'm saying his last name correct, if I'm not mistaken. If not, correct me, guys.
Tyler Sharp.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
Derek Carr,
mean,
man.
no, Hall of who? Hall of who? No, not quite. Derek Carr seems like I think every generation of quarterbacks, or every like decade, I guess you would say, of quarterbacks has like a guy that was never really that great, but was just good enough to hang around.
Yeah.
Kind of like maybe like a Chad Pennington, uh,
Mm,
maybe like somebody like that, maybe where you know not a bad quarterback and so to speak, but not
yeah.
somebody that you ever were scared. I don't think the opposing teams were ever fearful of Derek Carr. He obviously had that about a year and a half, about a season and a half, he was cooking. About a season and a half, he was cooking. Then he got injured. I think that was that 2017 season. He was working on the MVP campaign with Amari Cooper and
Mm-hmm.
Crabtree was out there. So, but ever since then, it's kind of just been either mediocre or below. So
Yeah.
no Hall. But I saw his I don't know if you guys saw his social media on social how he retired. It was real, got the family and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
good guy, man. Seemed like a real good dude, man. But no Hall of Fame, brother.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be one of those Hall of Fame careers. Like you look at the numbers. I mean, career wise, 40 over four. It's 41,245 to be exact. 257 tutties and 112 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? He was drafted in 2014 at round 2, pick 36 by the Oakland Raiders at the time. Obviously, we know them as the Las Vegas Raiders right now. So, fresh out of Fresno State, man. Fresh out of Fresno State. My opinion on it. I mean, I told you guys in the chat. I don't know if y'all seen it. I know Cool seen it, man. I'm like, damn, the Saints should have drafted. And you said it, Cool. The Saints should have drafted Shedeur Sanders. They
Hey
should have
man,
drafted him, man.
that's why I'm kind of in line with Marquise at this point. Like
Yeah,
good for them. You know what I mean? And in a lot of ways, it's I I think sometimes we look to in the league we've seen it time and time again especially when it comes to quarterbacks, the league will they'll try to convince themselves that a guy is something that they know he's not,
right.
and then they'll overlook another guy that they could. This happens time and time again. So
Yeah,
that's just yeah. Good luck to the Saints, man. I actually got a couple of Who Dat fans in my friend group, but yeah, good luck to y'all.
yeah. Good luck to him, man. The good luck to him. I mean, good thing they did draft a quarterback. So you just got to go. You got to go for what it is, man. Got to go for what it is, man. Next up on this list, let's go to Keep Pounding Nation, man, and we're gonna stay there for a bit. Jonathan Brooks, man. Jonathan Brooks. Let me pull him up. Hey, he's sitting down for the 2025-2026 season. Obviously, we know he re-injured that same knee, that same ACL last season. Promising back. I still feel like he's a promising back. Yeah, let me before I go to Marquise, let me start with you, cool. Jonathan Brooks, man. Like I said, promising. We talked about him last season. Was definitely our co-commissioner was definitely high on him. And Marquis said, no, bro, like Chubb, you know what I'm saying? Chubba is there. Jonathan Brooks need to get healthy. He said it, he preached it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is just where we at, man. Jonathan Brooks, to me, I feel like he's not done, for lack of better words. He's not done. He just got to get healthy. You know, obviously it happened. It happened early last season, so he just got to get healthy, man. So yeah, man. How you feel about Jonathan Brooks? The injury? Was it a good move for the Panthers to go ahead and shut him down? Obviously, I think it was, and then we can go from there.
I'm gonna let my bro get most of this topic, man.
Yeah.
This his squad, man. So I'm gonna let him get most of this topic. But I will say, man, in very quick form or very short order, I think the Carolina Panthers went from a very, very poorly run franchise to a franchise that's looking more and more smart, more and more efficiently ran. Getting Chuba Hubbard that contract when other people might have said, you know, a lot of people might have thought like Kokamish, like Cup did. He wasn't the only one that thought like that. A lot of people felt like, you know, you paying Chuba and you got another guy laying in the wait. Maybe you want to divvy that money up somewhere else. And I think that they're looking like a real smart franchise right now for understanding what they had in their locker room and what Jonathan Brooks was going through with his knee injury, man. So shout out to them, man. They looking like they improving as a franchise just with decision making alone. So shout out to
Definitely. Them. And speaking of before, man, Chuba, he did what he was supposed to do last season, man. Kudos to you getting him on Marquise too, man, and getting on that championship run. Yeah, I can't sit here and say that, you know, that was a damn good draft pick, man. Damn good draft pick, man. But only you here would know your team better than anyone else, man. Let's talk about him. Jonathan Brooks, man. How you feel?
First of all, let's just say I called it. I told Co-Commish last year, and this year when we was talking about it, before they even shut him down, I told him, I was like, look, us signing Rico Dotto basically saying, hey, look, we're going to let the young kid get right. He young. I think maybe 23, not even 24 yet. So, hey, man, another year off, it's going to suck. So his value hurt a little bit in terms of like trade value. I don't think Carolina really wanted to trade him because, like you said, he's very talented. I seen plenty of film on him. I really like Jonathan Brooks, but also I know what we got in Chuba Hubbard. I saw it early, and I was telling Co-Commish, hey, look, relax, Chuba a dog. Like I know I got that eye for it, and that Chuba a dog.
Yeah.
I try to tell people, and you know, I think he just 1 year off. He gonna come back. You know, we got Rico for 1 year, so he alone just so he could get right. He come back in 2026. I think he gonna have a strong campaign. He gonna show why he got drafted. So we're gonna transition eventually from Chuba to him, and then whoever. And then we also got ETN in the wing just in case Brooks don't pan out. We still have another young good back that is on a rookie contract. So either way, we played it. So it's just like. It's Carolina, like he said, is being ran a lot more smarter. They're actually being ran as a franchise now instead of a college team. So it's
I think, look, I gotta say, I think the owner put the cup down, yo.
He did something. He stepped back, didn't he? We don't see him on TV like we used to. Hey, you're not Jerry Jones. Get up on out of here. You see why them boys can't keep winning. Get out the way.
Always on TV. Dancing in the videos in
front of the cameras before the team is post game. Man, you act like you just got off the field. Get out the way.
Hey, what's so dope about Jonathan Brooks, bro? He only 21 years old, yo. Like he was young. 20. He was born in 2003, man. This seems
like wow. That is wow.
21 years old, standing at 6 foot, man, 207 pounds. I ain't gonna say he ain't got nothing but time because everybody competing with time. But at the same time, with me saying that, he got time to get healthy. You know what I'm saying? If they decide, even if they don't keep him, he's right now, he's in that time where he can compete. Even if he don't stay in Carolina, he could compete with another team. or you know what I'm saying, to make another team, man. But yeah, I seen a lot of people, man, and I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but I have read that they're comparing him to Jamal Charles. And it makes me want to go back and look at more highlight tapes and stuff, you know what I'm saying, how he was in Texas and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot of experts comparing him to Jamal Charles, man, the ex Kansas City Chief running back, man. So yeah, Jonathan Brooks, man.
He
And
made the playoffs. There's a
yeah,
chance he could play.
that's true. That's true, man. And shout out to Jonathan Brooks, man. I will say that because I put an N in your name. It's an O at the end, man. THON. So, you know, forgive me for that, man. I'm already in the mood like you watching it, bro. NFL player, man. But yeah, let's stick with the Carolina Panthers, man. Jadeveon Clowney. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Jadeveon, my guy. He is my guy. He always been my guy for real, for real. I just feel like he's been in some sucky situations at certain times in his NFL career, man. You know, Jadeveon, obviously, you know, he started out with the Texans. We know that. He went to the Seahawks for a stint, if you don't remember. Went to the Titans. He was traded to the Browns. He went to the Ravens. Now he was with the Panthers, but he's no longer with the Panthers. 32 years old, man. Somebody might need his services, but it's gonna be a hard pill for anyone to swallow. I don't know his contract numbers at this very moment, but yeah, yeah, man. Jadavion, I mean, obviously 58 sacks in his career, 137 assist tackles. Yeah, he to me, one interception, one touchdown. Oh,
Yeah,
Packers should have
I think this must just be too much tread on the tires. You know,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think going back to last topic, man. I think with the move, with them locking up Chuba, and then obviously with them, I think they locked up Chuba knowing some of what they already knew about, or what we just finding out about Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah.
I think they knew that a long time ago. That he wasn't on track to get back, so they locked up Hubbard. And if we're trusting their system and what they seeing right now, and what the coaching staff is seeing, then I guess you're gonna have to trust that, maybe Clowney just got a little bit too much tread on the tires. I'm
Yeah.
like you, man. I always been a big fan of his, man, because he's always been one of those dudes that he kind of, it's funny that he played for the Panthers because he kind of remind me of Julius Pepper, where it's like
Mm-hmm.
that super freakish type
Mhm.
athlete. He didn't necessarily have the career popping numbers like some of those numbers you just read off. Probably could have been a little bit better, but he's always just been a very key contributor and a good contributor to whatever team he was with. So I'm a fan of his too, man. We'll see what the future holds, but it's probably just a little bit too much tread on the tires at this point for them to let him go right now. Obviously, because
Yeah.
to let him go at this point, they didn't even use him as a camp body. You know what I mean?
Right.
So to let him go right now lets you know that I think they staff is seeing something that we just got to trust. They just gonna trust the process at this point. But yeah,
Hey,
Uh,
cool. Before we get to Marquise, you think he's gonna you think he's gonna play again? You think somebody else may need his services down the road this season?
I think as long as his motor's still going, as long as he still want to play, I'm sure. Injuries happen. Like I said, we're not even a camp yet. So
mhm.
if somebody loses their end, or somebody, even
Yeah.
a backup, if one of your backups go down in camp, I'm sure if he still got a motor to play, I think he'll land somewhere. But
Yeah.
he just hasn't had the numbers to justify, I guess, paying him and keeping him on the books at this point, especially with a young team like Carolina, who's they pushing in the right direction, but they got young blood. So you know what I mean. So it probably just behooves them to just move in this direction, man. So shout out
Mhm.
to County, man. I hope he lands somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Marquise, this is one of your players, one of your guys, man. One of your guys, man. They released him.
Uh,
Um,
Honestly, after the draft, after I had to sit back and just pay attention to the moves we made and everything, I came away and I feel more comfortable about the draft. So this move is not even surprising, considering the two of our top three picks were outside edges. We're younger, they're faster. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if we actually re-sign him to a team-friendly contract to play the vet for the younger guys. Like I don't even see I can see a situation where he actually do that, where that's most likely what's going to happen. It's just he testing the market to see who gonna say something to him, and most likely he just gonna end up coming back to Carolina on the team-friendly deal, 1 year type thing. Teach the young pups up, show them something, and we'll see where it goes from there. Because in 32 in the NFL, you kind of longer than two. So I guess that he'd be playing like that mentor every, third down type role, here and there. So I'm excited. Somebody will pick him up if we don't. And I like I said, the most logical thing I think we're going to end up doing is re-signing them to a team-friendly deal. So that's what I think most likely will happen.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, man. I agree with both of you guys, man. Somebody's going to need his services down the road. Like that's inevitable. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get cut. Somebody's not going to make the team. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like he's going to be able to, sign with another team or what have you. 32 years old. I mean, we'll look at it and be like, boy, like that's old in football age. But everybody. I just feel like everybody need 1, 2, maybe 3 of those top edge rushers. Like, I mean, you can run, you can be 32 years old. I mean, shit, you look at LeBron, bro, 40 years old, you still can run. You still can attack. So yeah, man. 5.5 sacks in 14 games with the Panthers. A total that fell shy of his 9.5 sacks log in 2023. Yeah, somebody gonna need that. Somebody definitely gonna need that, man. You already know what he did in South Carolina and what he was known for with that big hit
against Michigan.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So that's and it's crazy. I ain't gonna say that's how I found out about him, but at the same time, that's how I found out about him.
Put his name on the map.
Yeah, put my boy on the map, yo, for real. Big Cup, what it do, what the business is, man.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guy?
How y'all doing?
Yes, sir, man. Co-commissioner in the building, man. We just running down. We went down Derek Carr. Obviously, he retired. We touched on Jonathan Brooks just then. We was talking about you and Marquise. You know what I'm saying? Just debating earlier last season about what was going on with Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks. You know what I'm saying? I remember you saying you thought he was going to be that guy. And he's still very well. Look, he's only 21 years old, man. 21 years old, bro. So, yeah, they put the running backs at 28 years old as being old or whatnot. I mean, but shit, unless he turned into Derrick Henry, man, turn about the clock for real.
Yes, that man is ageless.
With no problem.
AP.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
no problem, man. So we were just talking about Jadeveon Clowney, man, or whatnot. And our last one up the bet, man. I'm gonna go with you, Cut. I'm gonna start with you, man, because I know for real, a couple of seasons ago, this was your guy. This definitely was your guy, man. Gabe Davis. And Gabe Davis is only 26 years old. 26. That was your, yeah, sure was. 26 years old, man. He recently felt a physical for his torn meniscus. They felt like he wasn't strong enough yet, to participate in what he needed to participate in or to be on the team. But I just did read that he's actually visiting the Giants this week. The Giants and the 49ers. And obviously we know the 49ers need a wide receiver, getting rid of Debo. Coming to our Commanders. Nice hat you got on right there.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Gabe Davis, man. How you feel about this, man? I mean, it felt physical, but he could pass it with somebody else, man.
To keep it in fantasy perspective, Gabe Davis is the ultimate definition of boom or bust.
Yep, Mr. Boom or Bust.
Yes,
he will mess around 1 week and score 2 tutties. With over 100 yards because they be deep bombs. And you won't see him again for about 6 weeks.
Yep.
And then he'll do it again. He'll catch another deep bomb and maybe he'll get you 1 touchdown and a whole lot of yards.
Look, get you hyped up, then you put him in next week, he don't do nothing.
And
then he'll go off in the playoffs to get you excited for the next year. Just for it to do it all over again.
Mr. Boom or Bust.
Man, oh man, Gabe.
Stay
Man.
away.
Gotta stay away. Well,
Yeah,
man.
I
And like
learned my
you,
lesson.
yeah, I was about to say, man, standing at 6'2", and he 26 years old, man. Like,
Young.
he young, man. Yeah, the services of Gabe Davis, maybe possibly going to the Giants, with Jackson Dart throwing him the ball, man. I mean, I
That's
guess
tough.
somebody need him. Somebody need him. How you feel about him?
Fantasy wise, I'm staying far away from him. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fantasy wise, man, ain't no way I'm going down that rabbit hole again. If he
No,
yeah,
if he just so
sir.
happen to have one of them years, oh well, he done burnt me so many years straight. Yeah, man, no diddy. And then it's just I just got to get rid of, man. I ain't if fantasy wise, I'm staying far, far away. Y'all can
yeah.
have him. Y'all
I
can have
don't
him.
want him. Nah,
Now,
I
listen,
don't want him.
if I could get him in the late rounds, maybe between like 13 and 15, I take a shot on him way back there. But other than that, yeah, no. Especially not in no redraft league. Yeah, I stay far away from him.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Even if you got in like a dynasty league,
I
excuse
stay
me,
away
man.
from him too. Yeah.
I'm staying away. I can't have him on my team. He can't even be on my bench, bro. Like, it's just he's that much of a liability.
He can't even have a roster space.
No, he can't. Like, he's one of those players. If your whole team, your wide receiver core is hurt, you got to pick him up. But other than that,
Mhm.
and he got to be in the right situation, man. Cool. How you feel about Gabe Davis, bro?
Hey man, y'all said it all, man. Like you said, I haven't had the pleasure of having them on my roster yet, but I didn't like for exactly the reason that y'all said, man. It's just too much, Cup said it perfect, man. Too much boom or bust.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I like, I've said this a couple years in a row on this pod, man. I'm an old reliable kind of guy, man. I wanna know what I'm getting. I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like that I don't know if y'all in the Airheads, like they got the Airheads candy, where they got
mm-hmm.
you got the flavored ones, and then they got the mystery one,
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
See, I don't like mystery flavors, man.
Hey, that's a good analogy right there. He's
I don't
definitely a mystery.
I
I
don't
like
like
that.
mystery
Yeah.
flavors. I want what I want. I like the blue and the strawberry.
Yeah,
Give me them. Don't give me no mystery flavors. So that's what
yeah,
Gabe Davis is, man. You don't know. You don't like Cup said, man. In 1 week, you're gonna look at them numbers, and it's gonna have wide receiver one numbers, but that ain't no.
boy.
He ain't got wide receiver one production. But I wish him the best though, man. It seemed like I would say it does seem like you said he visited the Giants. That seems like
Yeah.
a decent spot. One thing, if they are planning on moving forward with Russell Wilson, the one thing Russell Wilson does do well is throw the deep shot. So,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
so that's the one thing he does do well. So I mean, if
That moon ball.
if he lands in New York, that's probably his best chance. I don't think the San Fran thing works out for him.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, he'll be a better fit behind a Malik Neighbors and the guys, man. I really don't think that for real, for real. Hey, without further ado, man, let's get into what we came here for. Obviously, man. It's time to get into this fantasy football talk, man. You already know we done got some of the shows where we talked about our you know what I'm saying, our sleepers in the draft and who we thought was gonna be that guy and who we think gonna be that guy coming into the season, man. So we're gonna dive a little deeper, man. Yeah, I want to call this our five best. Our five best, man. Cool put this segment together, man. I thought it was so dope, bro. Like, just talking about fantasy football, getting into it, man. We're gonna talk about quarterback position, which I have there. We're gonna talk about the running back position. We're gonna talk about the wide receiver position. We're gonna talk about the tight end position. Obviously, we can do it in order. We can go however you guys want to go, man. However you guys want to go. But I'll start. I'll start the lead where the self-proclaimed lead of the team is the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I really don't like that putting too much pressure on that position, but it's a necessary position.
It's the
A
truth.
Yeah, definitely necessary position, man. You know what I'm saying? And I kept it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Earlier when you said it, or a couple of days ago when you put it together, I was like, "Yo, should I ask the guys who their top 5 players are?" But I wanted it to be a mystery, just like you was talking about that white airhead, that mystery air. I wanted it to be a mystery because we all know, throughout the summer it's gonna change rankings, ADP, the stock, all of that is gonna change. The volume, upside, downside, all of that stuff, man. So I'm going to start with this, man. I'm going to get my notes going. I'm going to start with this. I picked quarterbacks. I went off the ledge and I picked the quarterbacks. So this is my numbers, my notes are based on our league, far as standard, far as PPR, and what they did in both leagues last season. And my consensus ranking, number one through five, man. I gotta go with the guy himself, man. Number one, Josh Allen. Josh Allen to me, you know what I'm saying? He's number one for a reason. He put the most. I ain't gonna say he put the most points up, but he did what he was supposed to do. Obviously, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but you look at his numbers. So for the 2024 statistics, man, 3,731 yards, 28 tutties, only 6 interceptions. He had 102 carries for 531 yards and 12 TDs on the ground. Shit, that to me, that's running back numbers to me, to be honest with you. You know, you threw for 28 touchdowns and then you ran for another 12 on the ground. So his fantasy outlook for 2024 last season, that was sitting at 427.8. That's what he did. His projections for this season is 370, which I feel like he's going to eclipse that. So, you know, the reigning NFL MVP is back for his 8th season, having finished each of the last 5 as the number 1 or number 2 fantasy QB. That says a lot. That definitely says a lot. Though he hasn't he wasn't asked to throw as often as other quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? He cut down on his turnovers and he remained a major force with his legs, man. So that's why I picked Josh Allen to be that number 1 consensus, not because ESPN, NFL, Yahoo Sports, anybody said it. I just feel like he's that number 1 quarterback. Number 2 to me, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson last season, he eclipsed what he was supposed to be projected at, 378. He actually scored 503.5 fantasy points. That's big. 41 tutties thrown, only 4 interceptions. He carried for 139 yards, 915 yards on the ground, almost 1,000 yards, and he scored 4 touchdowns on the run. So the reigning fantasy quarterback 1, which he is, Jackson outscored quarterback 2, Josh Allen, by a healthy 51.3 points in 2024. I think that's big right there. I mean, Lamar Jackson, we can say what we want to say. You know, he get in the playoffs, they don't win or whatnot, but I don't put it all on him. It sucks because you're the leader of the team, but I just don't put it all, you know, solely on the quarterback, man. So, but he remained his usual elite self as a rusher. You know what I'm saying? He finished first with running backs. I mean, not even running backs. He finished first in that reign of quarterbacks. But he made a huge leap last season as a passer. So, you know, he's sitting at number 2 for me. My number 3 ranked quarterback, man. Number 3 ranked is Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels out of the 5. Obviously he had a hell of a rookie season. They, you know, some people self-proclaiming saying that it's the greatest rookie season ever by a quarterback. I mean, that's up to you guys to decide. Dual threat playmaker, was productive as a passer and even better as a rusher, ranking no lower than 3rd among quarterbacks and carries, rushing yards, rushing TDs, carries inside the 5, and scrambles. Daniels produced 355.8 fantasy points, which he only trailed my guy, Marquise, Cam Newton, at 370.3. And I'm talking about as a rookie. So he surpassed Cam Newton numbers, and he did better, man. And I'm glad that they put Cam Newton name in this, because Cam Newton as a rookie did what he was supposed to do, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to Daniels. I got him ranked number 3 on one of those quarterbacks that I feel like even in our PPR super flex, I feel like he's gonna come off the board early. I really do. And now that we took that defense out, I feel like, you know, the quarterback is really going to mean something, as well as that other flex position. The next 2, last but not least, I'm going with Jalen Hurts at number 4. Jalen Hurts, he didn't put up a ton of numbers or what have you. You know, sometimes it wasn't pretty. He had 903 yards, 18 tutties, 5 interceptions. You know, we can say this, the 14 touchdowns that he had on the ground. 630 yards. Most of those came from the touch push. A lot of teams don't like it. Green Bay Packers, you know, they definitely still trying to protect. You know what I'm saying? Protest that, but man, look, if you can't stop it, you know, it is what it is. I feel like if you can't stop it, other teams should use it. That's how I feel.
So I'm so glad other people understand why we supposed to hate the Packers.
Right.
I'm glad other people understand now.
Right.
This ain't just a Chicago thing. We are supposed you're supposed to hate the Packers.
Hey, I just feel like they should use it.
Born in Green Bay, Wisconsin, you supposed to hate it. It's just a tradition and that tradition should keep living.
Yeah, they definitely should use it. And look, I was reading this stat line right here, man. I gotta go back to my bro, man. I mean, shit. I'm not no hater about Farber. I don't even have it in my blood, man. But you got to give respect where respect is due, man. Marquise had him the last 2 seasons, man. He averaged 22.2 fantasy points per game during his 14 regular, you know what I'm saying, 4 regular season outings in 2024. Obviously, he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? 1 or 2 games with that concussion. But yeah, man, he did what he's supposed to do. Age 27, and he's still one of the top 5 fantasy quarterbacks, man. And he won the Super Bowl. So they got him projected to outpace last season. But you know, we just gotta wait and see. The Eagles are not going nowhere. They're definitely not going nowhere. So I got him at number 4. And your guy, cool, Mr. Joe Cool Barrow himself. I call him Macaulay Culkin because that's what he looked like. Blondie, that's right, man. I got him at number 5. If any 4 of these any 4 of these quarterbacks go first, I'm picking Joe Burrow in a fantasy sense, man. The reigning NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Burrow rebound from an injury-plagued 2023 by proceeding to pace the NFL in passing attempts, completions, yards, and touchdowns. He appeared in 17 games for the first time in his career. That's what made me believe that Burrow ain't going nowhere for real, man. One of my bosses at work always said, man, your best ability is availability. And he played all 17 games last season, man. And he made it do what it do. You know, he got his dual threat back. He got Jamar Chase. He got T. Higgins that's coming back. You know what I'm saying? He got Chase Brown in the backfield. They get that tight end locked down and situated. Yeah, man. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with, man. But those are my top 5 QBs right there, not to be long with it. Winded. I'm going with Josh Allen first. If I was to take a QB, I'm going with, and this is just right now. This is just how I feel right now. This is how we feel right now. I'm going Josh Allen first, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, and Joe Burrow. And outside of that, you know what I'm saying? We can either go Baker Mayfield, Pat Mahomes, and so forth and so forth. Yes, sir, man.
I guess I go ahead and run up on these running backs.
Running back.
We go ahead and go in order. So, I'm going to start from 5, then I'm going to work my way down to number 1.
I like that.
Number 5, I got Jonathan Taylor. Last year, he put up 1,431 yards, 11 touchdowns. He averaged 16.2 standard points a game, and he played in 14 regular season games. Y'all said, the best ability is availability. Yep. So I put him at 5 because I just know this got to be that season where he played at least 16 to 17 full, maybe even just a full season. So I'm expecting him to get that rookie season mojo back, and because who's the quarterback? You know what I mean? It's like at this point, is Anthony Richardson, is he the project? Is y'all giving up on him? Like at some point, you got to do something on offense, and at this point, run the ball. And you got you a stud back there. If you don't know who your quarterback gonna be, damn it, make him run the ball. Just hand the ball off. It worked for the Ravens, and they won the Super Bowl. Not saying y'all got that defense, just saying it can work. Just get somebody that know how to manage the game at this point. And he gonna take you as far as he can without breaking down, hopefully. So that's why I got him at 5, because it could be a toss-up between him and a couple other players, but talent, man. Talent is like certain people just got that it, and he got that it factor. So I got him at 5. Number 4, I got Jahmyr Gibbs. Last year, he put up 1,412 yards, 16 touchdowns, and he averaged 18.3 standard fantasy points a game, and he played in all 17 games. That's also while splitting the load with David Montgomery here and there. honestly, I wanted to put him higher, but it's just like the three running backs in front of him. I'm so dead set on. It's just like it's gonna take a terrible year for me to look at them top three and just be like, man, you know what I mean? It got to be just a terrible season. But I love Jameer Gibbs too, and it was just like he can be easily the number. I wouldn't be surprised if he finished number one fantasy. I would not be surprised
Yeah.
because once again he's just that talented. Number three, Saquon. There's no way. Like, I don't care about that. Oh, he had over 345 touches. Blah, blah. I don't care, man. Hey, listen, he was New York's offense for years. Just because he another year older, no, this guy's still young. I am not trying to hear that. He put up over 2,000 yards, 2,005 to be exact, 13 rushing touchdowns, which they try to say, oh, the tush push gonna vulture his touchdown opportunity. He still put up 13 of them things. That's just rushing. Ain't he calculate the receiving and all that. He also averaged 20. He was the only running back that averaged over 20 points a game in standard. Of course, he led in rushing while also playing in 16 games. The one game he missed was the last game of the season where they rested him.
And he could have broke the record. Eric Dickerson. I get it.
So, hey, man, I don't want to hear the age mess. Saquon, like I said, once again, I wouldn't be surprised if he finished RB1 yet again.
I want to know who you got above him now. You got me interested.
Me too.
I was just about to say that sound.
I got y'all attention. Right?
Definitely.
Okay. Now it's about to get spicy, right? Number two, I got my boy Kyron Williams. Hey, listen, I get it. Relax. Let me tell you why. He put up 1,299 rushing yards last year, 14 rushing touchdowns, averaged 14.9 fantasy standard points last year, while also playing in 16 games. Okay, we got that out of the way. My boy is a certified baller. Who else did they pick up that's just going to take away carries off of him? At this point, Sean McVay know what he got. He got him a workhorse. Blake, if he was going to take work off his hands, we would have saw it last year. Anybody else in that backfield would have did something. Hey, look, at this point, we got to stop this. This man, I would not be surprised if he finished RB1 at all myself. I don't care about the whole deep metrics, this, that, and the third. Watch the film. The film tells you everything you need to know.
He's definitely a good running back. I ain't going to interrupt you, but he don't catch the ball enough to me to be above Saquon. Saquon catches all of that.
Watch the film. He get more opportunities. Watch the film. That's all I got to say on that. And number one, my guy, even though he played for a divisional rival, and it's crazy for me to be saying this, but this is my guy because I didn't had him every year he's been in the league.
I already know who you're talking about. Yep.
Put up 1,456 yards last year, 14 rushing touchdowns, averaged 16.5 standard fantasy points last year, and he played in all 17 games. Think about that. My God. This man is only
he catches the ball a lot.
He's only getting better. If I'm getting him again this year, if he blessed me with that first overall pick, I'm getting him again this year. I don't care about y'all know this. If I get the first overall pick, I'm taking Bijan. That's a foregone conclusion. Any other year, it used to be CMC. This is Bijan. Until the day he starts showing he's on the decline, he will always be the first running back I take, no matter what it is. Okay, I lied. There's a chance it's gonna be something. It's gonna be within the top 5 of these. It's gonna be one of these 5 that I'm gonna take in the first round. But either way, that's neither here nor there. Bijan's a talent that you can't explain. I mean, he's another one. Like I also, in a sense, I see Jonathan Brooks eventually blossoming. His ceiling is what Bijan's is in my book. That's what I look at Jonathan Brooks and think he can become. Now, whether he get to that, we don't know.
Yeah.
But right now, we seeing the whole time, hey, Bijan is literally, to me, the best running back in the NFL right now.
If Bijan Robinson has a better year than Saquon Barkley, the Atlanta Falcons should be in the NFC Championship.
Hey, and look, I was just about to say that, cool, because but I feel like the only way that they can do that, they gotta start Michael Penix, man. They gotta get rid of Kirk Cousins.
They'll be starting Michael Penix.
He's starting. Yeah,
Michael Penix would be the guy, but I like Cup said, I was interested to hear where you was going with number one. Obviously, Bijan's got the productivity to make the case for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just think that the if you're talking about fantasy wise, you're looking for consistency. And the Falcons themselves are not a consistent enough offense to where I can justify him at one. I could
What if
see
I
him at
told you? What if I told you that in the last 4 years, the RB1 has came from a bottom 5 offense 2 out of them 4 years?
that's,
Chuba was one of them.
that's
Yep.
interesting. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I,
And look,
I
That
can't
honestly,
the
think
offense most of the
about.
time in fantasy, how terrible the offense is most of the time does not affect the running back.
I
yeah,
just
he
can't
gonna
put
get a touchdown.
Kyron ahead of Saquon.
I'm gonna
Bijan,
tell
you got an argument.
Hey,
yeah,
I say you got
Got
to understand we're not basing this totally off of just last year either. We're also thinking about the future. You got to understand the Rams didn't do nothing but add more pieces to take more attention away from Kyron. Now they got to focus on
Mhm.
Devontae Adams and Puka.
And I'm gonna
Now,
tell you too.
now
They
he's no
picked up
longer facing
another
the
running
8-man
back
boxes.
too.
He's
They
no,
picked
they're no
another
longer
running
facing.
back
Hey,
up.
look, go back and watch film and watch how many 8-man boxes he faced last year. It was
Yeah, and
ridiculous.
I'm gonna be honest with you for real, for real. That NFC divisional game, they should have. If it won't snowing, they could have beat. They should have beat the Eagles. They should have beat the Eagles, bro. And I'm
Like
talking about they was running that thing because they had to
man,
run. They weren't throwing it in that
hey,
stuff.
But I believe Kyron fumbled maybe a couple of times.
Chuba fumbled in the game, and that what they tried to say lost us the game, but no, it happened like that sometimes, dog. But you got to watch film other than just the bad. Watch everything. Don't just watch the bad. Watch the good. You'll see. All
He's
he's
very
gonna
talented running
and
back.
the
I
reason
just
why I
can't
put
see him ahead of Saquon though
listen, I
in
put
any
listen,
platform.
I told you this top 4 you can actually switch any way you want. But the reason why I put Kyron before Saquon is because the Eagles gonna scale back a lot more than what they did last year with Saquon. They're not gonna get him over 345 touches again. The
That's a
goal is
lot.
they want the repeat.
Yeah,
That is
that's a
the
lot.
goal. How do you do that? You have to get him through a season.
Yeah, you got to preserve them.
How I look at the
You got to
Rams
preserve 'em.
is they realize if we give him give him more opportunities, our offense is a lot better. We did that against the number 1 defense in the NFL in the playoffs in the snow. Come on, man. So,
Yeah,
they see this. They ain't go out
Yeah.
and add another running back and free agent. They
yeah,
ain't draft if they ain't draft another one worth of noting. So it's like what's gonna take away from him? That's why I say the top 4 between Jameer Gibbs, Barkley, Williams, and Bijan. I wouldn't be surprised if any of these guys finish number 1 overall in terms of their
yeah. Look,
role.
and I was about to say that, Marquis. It's crazy how you put them. It don't even matter which order you put them in because any one of them can finish number 1. To
Either
be honest
way,
with you,
and it
to be
wouldn't be
honest with you.
surprising.
Yeah, and then we ain't even got to the rookie like a Genty, Amari Hampton, or Travion
Something we ain't
Henderson. Like
even seen
any one
before.
of them, like yeah, man,
We ain't even talk
yeah,
about the back half of the top 10 or
yeah,
the top 12 because we got 12 teams. So it's like 12 is where the cutoff in terms of RB1 range is at.
hmm
So like we ain't even got to 12 yet. So and even then, but between 6 and 12, all them can be rearranged, and then there can be
yeah,
somebody that's ranked in the 20s that's gonna finish top 10 this year. It
yeah.
happens every year like that.
It happened with Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon last year, he got them. Did nobody know he was gonna shine like he did?
Josh Jacobs.
Yep, Josh Jacobs when he to the Packers. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting, man. That's very interesting, bro. Very interesting. Yeah, man.
Hey
Hey,
man,
let's
let
get
me
into it, cool. The
Yes,
wide
sir.
receivers.
let me talk about these divas, guys.
Yes, sir.
Let me talk about the divas of the field, man. But these guys in fantasy, man, these dudes are ultra important, man.
Yeah,
My good brother, Commissioner Bo, man, he's a big proponent of building the team with the running back. He believes that that's the core of the team.
hmm
Me myself, I like the divas, man. The divas, knowing that not just because of the divas. I feel like a number 1 receiver is the guy that you know what you're getting.
yeah,
We were talking earlier about old reliables, man. When you got a number 1 guy, you know that you're coming to him as far as targets are concerned. You know he's gonna see triple digits in the targets. You know you're looking to get him the ball in the red zone area, and you know you looking to get him the ball on the big plays. That's what
Facts.
the number one receiver entails, man. So as my good brother Marquise did, I'm gonna start from 5, man. Listen, gentlemen, I had to make some tough decisions on this one.
Sheesh. That's
Y'all
why
let
I didn't pick him.
Yeah, this was a real tough. This was a tough category, and people watching this might debate with me. They might think I'm crazy, but realize, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking in terms of fantasy scoring.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking in terms of probabilities and things of that nature, man. So, in one hand, gentlemen, to start my 5, I had Nico Collins, and in the other hand, I had CeeDee Lamb.
Mm.
I went with CeeDee Lamb.
At
So
number
at
5?
5, I'm starting with CD, man. Listen, the man. This is what I know about CD Lamb. Bona fide number one guy, man. 152 targets, 100 catches, 6 touchdowns, 1,194 yards, just six shy of 200. He this is this is a guy that is the model of number one receiver consistency, man. He missed 2 games last year. Had to play half of the season without Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if that's a good or a bad thing. But he had to play half of the season without his starting quarterback in Dak Prescott, and he still finished top 8 in all fantasy receiving categories. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a bona fide number one go-to guy. The addition of George Pickens, I believe, strengthens his case in fantasy football because I don't think it's anytime a trade happens where it's a guy that's at another position with another number one guy, I think people have the wrong outlook on it. A number one guy is the number one guy.
Yeah.
That is the guy that, especially if he's the guy that's already been there. He's not the incumbent. George Pickens just got there. CeeDee Lamb already has their offense designed around him.
Yeah.
And what he does best. CeeDee Lamb already quarterback in Dak Prescott. So I don't look at it as another guy that's coming in somehow makes for more honestly, I think it makes for more efficient numbers. Because I think instead of 152 catches, 100 catches on 152 targets, I think you can lessen that to about 130 targets, but he still end up with about 110 catches. Where it'd be much more efficient. When you go to him, you know he's making the catch, and probably more big plays. Instead of 1,100 yards, he'd probably be closer to 13. At number 4, I'm going with the LSU native. Y'all brought up Jaden Daniels early. I'm going with his former guy from LSU, Malik Neighbors.
Neighbors.
I'm going with Malik Neighbors at 4. Man, I had a lot. Like I said, this category here, this category of receivers is stacked with guys, stacked with about a good 8 to 9 guys that you can make the case will probably be the number one player in fantasy, man. But Malik Neighbors, for me, ladies and gentlemen, I think sometimes you got to simplify things.
Yeah.
He's already the number one target for the New York Giants. He has no real true threat to succeed, to supersede him in that regard. And they need him flat out. I believe Brian Daboll is coaching for his job. The quarterbacks are obviously gonna have to target him because he's the only chance you have with this offense having a high ceiling as far as that's concerned. And as far as the numbers are concerned, 170 targets. That lets you know that Brian Daboll in his rookie season,
That's a lot.
he crept up near 200 targets in his rookie season. With Brian, that lets you know that this offense has already from day one been designed around him. 1,204 yards, 7 touchdowns, 109 catches, man. Just flat out, like I said, the reason I'm going here at number 4 is not necessarily because of the Giants, but because they just flat out need him. He has to be the number one guy. and they have to throw him the ball. I think he's actually the one receiver that's in the prettiest position as far as eating, as far as building up on that big contract that he's gonna get in a couple of years after his rookie deal is up. Because all he's gonna be doing is stacking numbers as long as he has no opposing threat on the other side of him, man. At number 3, I'm going with the Sun God.
Okay,
I'm going with the Sun God.
my guy.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, ladies and gentlemen, of the Detroit Lions. 140 targets last season, 115 catches, 1,263 yards, 12 touchdowns. For me, the reason I love Amon-Ra St. Brown, man, is because I feel like he gives you just a little bit of everything. He's going to make the intermediate catches. He's good for some yak to get you some yards after the catch. He runs strong, plays strong after the catch. He's going to get you some yak. He's going to get you 100-yard games. He's going to get you some tutties. And I love the fact that he's such a great intermediate route runner because he opens up for Jared Goff in that red zone area. That's why his touchdowns continue to go up every year, man. And like I said, man, like this goes back to the same thing I said about the previous 2 guys. Bona fide number 1 guy for this offense. Understand in fantasy football, ladies and gentlemen, for those of y'all watching this, man, you got to understand fantasy is about the design of the offense. You can love your favorite player all you want to love them, but the offense is designed for certain people to shine. If you understand football and the way that it's designed around certain stars. And
I don't mean to cut you off, cool, but guess who was on Sun God first in this league?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it don't take no rocket science to like this guy, dude. That's just how I'm feeling.
I'm talking about his rookie season. I was on.
Oh yeah. No, I'm on you. I feel it. Yeah, I like that, man. That's forward thinking.
Damn, don't lie.
It don't. And I actually think it's a plus for the guys that aren't the Blazers, 4-3, 4-4 runners. I think it's a plus for those dudes when their film has them open all the time.
Yes.
When a dude that's only running 4-6 is and the corners are running 4, the corners and the linebackers are running 4-4 and above, and he's always open. I think that says more about his technique. That says more about his ability to understand the offense.
Yes,
now,
sir.
once again, it speaks to the fact that the Detroit Lions offense is designed to get Amon-Ra St. Brown the ball. They're a running offense. My boy Marquise just talked about Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. They are a running offense. That offensive line is built to run the football, and I don't think they want Jared Goff throwing it a whole lot of times. But at the same time, this is the guy you go to, reliable, good hands, tough in traffic. That's my number 3 guy. Number 2, man, it don't take rocket science to know where you're going here. Jay Jettis for me, man. 4 of the most prolific seasons we've ever seen to start a career. I'm sorry, 5. I'm sorry, 5 of the most prolific seasons we've ever seen to start a career. Once again, as I keep stating over and over again, offense design. This dude is always the number 1 target on every pass and play. Hot take, I think his coach, Kevin O'Connell, is arguably the best play caller in football. I'm hoping that is not the case because he's in my division. And I think hoping Ben Johnson is the best play caller in football. Go Bears. But as up to date, because this is Ben Johnson's rookie year. Up to date, man. I just think Kevin O'Connell does an excellent job designing that offense, no matter who the quarterback has been. He's had times where he featured Aaron Jones for a while. He featured T.J. Hockenson at times, and obviously he's featured Jordan Addison. But the number 1 option on every play is Justin Jefferson, man. He repeats it year after year. He puts up numbers. 154 targets this past season, 103 catches, 1,533 yards, and another 10 touchdowns, man. And that was obviously with Sam Darnold. They're expecting big things from their incumbent quarterback and JJ McCarthy. We'll see how the season goes, man. But it doesn't scare me one bit because this dude, as I keep repeating over and over again, number one targets are just that. You throw them the ball, and they do the rest. That's what a number one guy is, man. You get a guy like this to football by any means
Yeah.
necessary. And I just think his coach does a phenomenal job of drawing up plays to get him open. With that being said,
I got something to say about Jay Jettis.
talk to me. Talk to me.
I just love him to see. I just love to see him do the gritty when he scored a touchdown.
The LSU. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I expect to see a lot of the gritty, man. I expect to see a lot of the gritty this season, man, as we have been the previous season, man. But with that being said, man, drum roll, da 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 da, man. Y'all know where I'm going, man. This guy
Yeah, you already know.
carried me. You understand? You understand me? Carried me to the playoffs, man. That's why he wears number 1. I call him Uno Momento.
You had the
Uno
three-headed
Momento.
monster. The three-headed monster, to be
Chase,
honest.
man.
The
Jamar
three-headed
Chase, man,
monster.
the number 1 guy in football. I believe not only the number 1 guy in fantasy, I just believe he's the best receiver in football. He's one of the top 3 players in all of football.
He's the highest paid receiver in football.
Highest paid receiver in football, rightfully so. Your triple crown winner, ladies and gentlemen, 175 targets, 127 catches, 1,700 yards, and 17 touchdowns. And that was with a slow start. They didn't even come out of the gates that fast. That was with a slow start. So I don't see much slowing down. Obviously, you don't expect anybody to repeat a legendary season like that. I mean, he might not be 1,700 yards and 17 touchdowns, but it'll still be a very, very productive number 1 year. Anybody who has the chance, if you drafting early on, and you see this guy on the board and you pass him, you deserve everything that you get coming your way this upcoming season. This is the guy that you pick this guy by any means necessary, and you don't look back. That's what I did last season, not knowing at all, not preparing at all to have him on my team. As we've said, I've said it up multiple times on this podcast. That was the greatest, luckiest thing that happened to me last year. Because all my mock drafts that I did about 3,000 mock drafts, and not one mock draft that I did the entire year did I ever get Jamar Chase. I didn't even try to get him because I knew he'd be off the board by the time it got to me. And lo and behold, got to my pick, and the best receiver in all of football was there, man. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is a guy that is just entering his prime, 25 years old. This is still a young pup, 25 years old, man. And my good brother, Commissioner Bo, already detailed the work of his quarterback, Joe Burrow, man. These dudes got a connection unlike no other. The offense is completely intact from last year. Chase Brown is only going to get better. T. Higgins is only probably the best.
You can't double team neither one of them now.
That's probably the best number 2. We'll see how Pickens and CeeDee Lamb work out together, but Higgins is looking like probably the best number 2 option in all of football, man. So for me, it's easy peasy, ladies and gentlemen. If Jamar Chase is anywhere near your draft board and you don't draft him, you deserve whatever them old them Catholic schools used to do when they used to paddle the kid and take you in the back and give you a paddle whooping. You deserve a paddle whooping if you pass on Jamar Chase, man. That's my 5, man. I got him. CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jay Jettis, and Uno Momento, Jamar Chase.
Man, Jamar Chase, bro. Hey, last but not least, our co-commissioner, man. Let's get into these tight ends, broski.
Okay. With tight ends, it's going to be more of the same. And I know we had a couple of first-round draft pick tight ends we could talk about them also. But for my top 5, I'm gonna let y'all know you're gonna be disappointed. I only have a top 4 because the 5th tight end could be anybody you want. Tight ends are a dime a dozen.
Man, bro.
You know, they in a given week want to have a good game, and then it's bust. Except for my top 4.
Okay.
So my 5th one could be you pick a player. And and if I can say something, it might be one of the rookies. I would like to touch on 2 incoming rookies, one being the first one taken off the board, Colston Loveland. Only thing I don't think that he will be a top 5 tight end this year because he's not gonna come in for Ben Johnson like Sam Laporta did, because he's not gonna usurp Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet built up a rapport with Caleb last year, and I think that they're gonna continue to play catch and pitch. So he's gonna come in with a tight end split. He's not gonna be like Sam Laporta and be a starter day 1, A1. It's another tight end. They're gonna split time. The other one, of course, is Tyler Warren out of Penn State. And the only problem I have with him, he might get the start right away, but his quarterback play. The quarterback that he has is more of a running. Anthony Richardson is more of a running quarterback and a deep bomb thrower. He doesn't have the touch. He's not good throwing the ball over the middle of the field. So it might be a little tough for him to get in the top 5 of the tight ends. So without further ado, I'll give you my top 4 tight ends. Number 1 being the one and only Brock Bowers.
Okay.
And the reason Brock Bowers is number 1 tight end is for the reason that he's the number 1 receiver on his team.
And
he had the most targets of any tight end last year. And I think you're going to see more of the same, because I still believe, even after the draft and free agency, he's the best receiver on his team. The best person the quarterback can throw the ball to on the Raiders is the tight end, Brock Bowers. He had 5 touchdowns last year. I do think we'll get more tutties out of him. And he, like I said, he led the league in targets, but he actually tied the league with receptions, and that was 112. And the person that he tied with receptions is my number 2 tight end, none other than Trey McBride. They both had 112 receptions. Bowers did have more targets, and he had 5 tutties. Trey McBride only had 3 tutties, 1 which was rushing, and the 2 receiving actually came in the last 2 games of the year. So I do see McBride getting an uptick in touchdowns this year. He'll be my number 2 receiver. My third tight end, My third tight end is none other than the old man himself, who started tight end George Kittle.
Oh, I forgot all about him.
Now, George Kittle did lead all of the tight ends in my top 4 in tutties last year with 8. He had 8 tutties. He had 78 receptions, and his quarterback, as soon as he gets signed, because he will hold in or out, whichever one, if he doesn't get that 50. Millie, like he said, Mr. Irrelevant himself, Brock Purdy, loves his tight end. He loves getting them the ball. And with Ayuk coming back from the injury and Debo vacated to my Commanders, I think that Kittle will get an uptick in receptions and tutties again this year. My number 4 is Sammy Ballgame, Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta, he had 60 receptions, kind of a down year from his rookie year, where he went ham, but he did have 7 tutties. He had 7 touchdowns. So you know. And like I said, 5 you can pick them, and the 2 honorable mentions of word the rookies that came in with Tyler Warren and from out of Penn State and Colston Loveland out of Michigan. But I don't think they'll be touching the top 4. They'll be behind them, you know, with everybody else.
If you would allow me, Cup, I think I can make a case for number 5.
Hmm.
I got I got Jonnu Smith, tight end, Miami Dolphins.
Hey, Marquise boy.
Yes, sir.
Jonnu Smith is inconsistent. He might have a big game, and he get his stuff off of like screens, like a running back screen, but it'd be a tight end screen, and that don't work every game. He did get a few of them and broke through last year. He got a few of them tight end screens and took them to the house or got big yardage, but he's not consistent, and he really didn't do a whole lot. Them games Tua was out. Tua was out for a good stretch, so his tight end numbers weren't up there like you think.
I gotta listen. Tua did miss time, but he still managed 111 targets, 88 catches, and 8 touchdowns. So,
Film don't lie.
So whether it's the screen game, whether it's the short game, whatever it is, it's going. And I think that's just a lot of Mike McDaniel's design of his offense. You know what I mean?
Right.
He likes the quick game, get the ball out real quick, kind of design. You know, he's a guy kind of brought it after a lot of Sean McVay and things of that nature. But I can make the case for Jonnu based on the fact that Tyreek Hill been dealing with injuries. Even in this offseason, he's still dealing with some injuries. They say they got him. You know, he's saying that he's healthy now, but you know, whatever the case is, he's been dealing with that. Their running back situation is up and down because Achane isn't necessarily a 3-down back, and Jalen Waddle is I think Jalen Waddle, to your point, what you were saying about Jonnu, I think it's more apropos to say that about Jalen Waddle, where it's like I don't know what I'm getting out of Jalen Waddle at this point, but with Jonnu, every time they target him, he's coming up big, you know, right? He's coming up big. So
I don't know. Can I have
the
a
reason, and that's the perfect reason. I'm glad you inserted him, making a case for him. The perfect reason why I said you pick him for number 5, because I would have a hard time, say, putting him over a Mark Andrews, who had 11 tutties.
Oh my God!
He had 11 tutties, even though he dropped the biggest one last year in the playoffs. He dropped the biggest tutty that he had, dropped it from Jambalaya. But, you know, even in Njoku, you know, I can't put him over certain people. You know, Kelsey, the old man, but I can't really necessarily put him over Kelsey.
Film don't lie. It don't lie. You ain't gonna get them stats. And then it's like last year, how Miami offense is gonna work is you gotta pick your poison. You gonna stop the deep ball or you gonna stop the underneath? Which one is it? You can't stop everything.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. But that's why I said what I said. Like,
and then my point on that is the reason why I also make that same argument for Jonnu, even though Cool say, oh, we could say the thing about Waddle. No, Waddle actually, we know we're gonna get 1,000 yards from him. We know we're gonna get 1,000 yards somewhere in between 4 to 6 touchdowns. If you go back and look at his last few years, you see you're gonna get about that average from him. Simple. That leaves a lot of things open for Jonnu. Outside of Waddle, if the defense is focused on Waddle and Hill, who else is there? There's Jonnu, and then there's Achane. So it's like, come on, man. I'm easily I could say I put Jonnu over Njoku. We've been beating this drum for Njoku for about 2-3 years now. When is he gonna break out? When is we gonna get that tight end one season?
Yeah, I think it's because of the quarterback play.
Yeah, it's the quarterback play, because whoever is the quarterback in the lineup for Cleveland, their number one target has been him. Whether it was Watson, whether it was Jameis, whoever.
But also, it's like we still saying that we seen Jonnu now. He produced and he came out like mid-season and he outproduced him. It's like I get it, but you can't say we can't put Jonnu above Njoku when he's done outperform him. His best season is not even on par with what Jonnu just did.
No, I wouldn't put Njoku.
Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm just saying. I'm saying that in reference to what Cup when he was saying he can't
Right,
put
but
Jonnu above.
like I'm saying, like you got players like I've mentioned, Andrews. You could insert him. I would have a problem putting him over. I think they're all on the same level. That's why I was like insert number 5 because you ain't putting nobody over Andrews that easily.
I will put Jonnu over him at this stage of his career.
Look at Pat Freiermuth out there. Like
Pat, okay,
games
yeah,
I could put Pat Freiermuth up there. It's games I could put Goddard from Dallas.
And another one,
Philly
honestly, if I could say, all right, outside of Jonnu, another tight end without a doubt that I could say you could place firmly at number 5 if he's healthy and available is Evan Ingram.
We ain't talking about if he ain't even produced last year.
I keep hearing how much they love. They keep talking about how much they love.
And he's with Sean Payton. Now think about who used their tight end.
Sean Payton did draft the tight end too.
But he got a certified one on hand on right now. We don't know what we're gonna get with that rookie. We know Evan Ingram healthy is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my 2 cents in for real that none of y'all mentioned, and I ain't just saying this because this is my team or not, man. People sleeping on fucking Zach Ertz, bro.
You can put Zach Ertz in.
He put numbers on the board last.
See, I put Ertz in that same situation as Andrews and Kelsey. Hey, man, Father Time. I get it, but it's like we can't live in the past no more. We seen they all done took a step back. They're not.
How old is Jonnu? How many years in the league Jonnu played?
That's a good question.
Catching up to him too.
Ertz, I think Ertz is more so catered towards the red zone.
Jonnu not a spring chicken.
If he gets you those touchdowns, then Ertz is worth it. I don't think Ertz is necessarily a high. For me, I wouldn't be a high investment if you can't promise me that he's going to get those same red zone targets that he got with Jake McDaniels last year.
Jonnu is actually 29 years old.
See,
you know what I'm saying? And then you got to look at it too. They're Miami is pondering about whether they should keep Tyreek Hill or not. He's actually about to go into another wrist surgery.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he said he's going to be ready for training camp.
Yeah, that's what he said. But he
said he's going to be ready. He played last year with the hurt wrist.
Yeah, Mike McDaniels is definitely on that block, man. They was talking about it on the Get Up or whatnot, and yeah, Tyreek Hill, he's been going through his legal troubles or what have you with him and his wife and family and situation like that. So Miami don't even know if they really want to, deal with him no more. But that could either open up more for Jonnu Smith or, hinder that offense. You already know Tua and what he's been going through with these concussions. But, man, it's so fickle, man, when it comes to that tight end position. And it's crazy because I remember when I first joined fantasy football, girl, and I'm talking about this was years back, man. You had a lights of like the Jordan Reeds of the world. You had Jeremy Shockey. Like the list goes on, bro. Like tight ends, like they was booming. They was just like Cool had with the wide receiver position. They was booming, bro. And it's like these past couple of 2, maybe 3 years, bro. Like it's like
the Gronks of the world.
I'm drafting a tight end. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We talking about the fantasy and not 5 best. Yo, I might draft the tight end late as hell this season, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know, like for real. I mean, PPR and standard. I might draft a tight end late as hell because you just don't know. And you don't have that uncertainty is so much there that you really don't have that clear cut number one. And I love that Cup. You know what I'm saying? He picked that position. Because I remember when we first started NPR, he had, that stat with Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews. You know what I'm saying? Introducing the Sound Laporta and stuff like that. And, you had Marquise last year with Jonnu Smith. Like, yeah, who knew Jonnu Smith was going to ball like he did? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got so many other people in front of him. Like, yeah, that tight end position is so fickle, man. Like, so fickle. So fickle. Even with the rookies coming in, I just still don't believe. And it's just solely my opinion. I still don't believe that you should take one of them clear cut number 2, number 3. You know what I'm saying? The second round, third round. Like, some people are going to reach just because based off the name itself. But are they really there? You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the question I'm trying to pose. Like, are they really there, man? Like, Kelsey is Kelsey, but I just don't feel like Pat Mahomes is that fantasy relevant quarterback anymore for him. You know what I'm saying? You look at Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers could come alive. I believe a lot in Geno Smith. You know what I'm saying? Being with the Raiders, and then you got Gentry at that run game. Like you got to throw it to somebody. Who is their number one receiver that y'all can name off the top of the head?
Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Jacoby Myers.
Hey, Jacoby Myers.
Brock Bowers.
Like you got to think like that. So like even when you was talking about Cup earlier about Cole Kmet, man, like I think that's a great situation for the Bears to have that 2 tight end set right there with you know what I'm saying? What's his name? Colston Love.
Colston Loveland. They got a lot of ball to share out there too. They got
a whole lot. And then
Roma Doomsday, I think, is gonna step up more.
Yeah,
this year.
and the DJ Moore. But then look, I go back into the running back bag with Marquise in that position. That can only open up enough for DeAndre Swift to get back into his bag.
Swift catches the ball a lot too.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of targets to share around. I feel like Caleb was going to do his thing, but if he can't get to those receivers, yeah, definitely. He's definitely.
But Ben is used to that. Think about Detroit. He's used to having a lot of playmakers. Williams, the Sun God, the dual Sonic and Knuckles in the backfield, Sammy Ball game. He's used to having a lot of weapons. So I think he can play call and get everybody some touches.
Yeah.
They let us if we are able to establish any semblance of a top. It don't even got to be a top 10. It could be a top 12. Run game, it's gonna be a damn good offense.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good offense. It starts with the run.
They gotta be able to run the ball. They have to, bro. If you look at everything they did with Detroit, the reason that's what made Jameson Williams such a big threat down the field. That's what made Sun God like such a reliable threat in the intermediate is because they know that that offensive line and that run game can break off chunk plays where now once it's third, a lot of them big Detroit plays, they come from like 2nd and 3 because it's like at 2nd and 3 we got a good run game, we could run the ball and we got receivers that can get open, so it's like you don't know what's coming. And I think a lot of that has to. And
I think they will run the ball better than last year because look what he did when he first got there. He was in the trenches fixing up that offensive line. You guys made trades for that line. You guys draft the lineman also. So
I'll tell you another thing, the coaching staff too, man. I'm already seeing videos out at rookie minicamp. My boy Eric Bieniemy, he out there cursing out the running backs already.
That's what he do. That's what he do.
Damn near everybody with him from Detroit.
That's what he do.
So they have one of the best coaching staffs coming from off of the worst coaching staff. Now they have one of the best, and it actually takes away from Detroit because he took the wide receiver coach. He took the quarterback coach. He took the running back coach, Bieniemy. He took everybody with him. They wanted to follow Ben to Chicago. So I believe they believe in him. I believe they believe in the quarterback you guys got better than they believe in Goff. So that's why they wanted to come. They believe in him. They think you guys are going to be a winner, and I can see it. I mean, I don't think it'll happen in 1 year, but you guys are definitely going to be in the playoff hunt because you guys are in a tough division.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And then even with Bieniemy, man, like I'll go back to when he was with Washington, bro. Like Jahan, I don't know if you guys know, man, quiet as kept, Jahan Dotson. That's one of the reasons he did get traded. He come to find out he was one of the ones that was complaining, talking about Bieniemy coach too hard. He cussed too much. He do what? Like, come on, man. Now you're a Super Bowl champion. Like, bro, what? I mean, come on, man. Come on.
I saw them clips of him and Anton Randall. They out there at rookie minicamp giving them boys hell, and I was
should.
Yes,
they should.
God.
They should. I remember playing Pop Warner, man. Look, as a kid, bro, Suffolk Steelers. Coaches didn't play. Be in your position, be in your spot, do what you're supposed to do.
I got a picture with Anton Randall somewhere. I got to see it. My grandma. It was at my grandma's house before she passed. I got a picture with him somewhere.
Yeah,
Randall. Okay, he played with us before too. He was a skin.
Yeah, dude.
He went to school out here, man. I seen him at his nephew was a big he was a hooper. He went to is it Julian? I think he went to Julian. Yeah, and we was at he's at a tournament. And he came in and this was when he had a few dollars. He had just made it to the league or whatever. He had a few dollars. Came in and he bought snacks for everybody. Took pictures with everybody. He cool, super cool dude, man. So. Yeah. And he from here, man. So that's why I like, to y'all point, man. His coaching staff tells me a lot about what I expect.
You guys went from having the worst coaching staff to probably one of the best coaching staffs in 1 year. And the first thing he did was improve that offensive line.
Hey man, listen, who would have thunk that the Panthers, the Bears, and the Commanders are running their franchises right, and the damn
we did the right thing. We got rid of the owner. That's what everybody been claiming.
Our owner stepped back. Our owner took a step back.
Yeah, and the Panthers owner, man, like it felt like at one point every other weekend, bro. Like even overseas, those overseas games, he had a drink in his hand and he was cussing out our own fan. Like, bro, get somewhere and sit down, man.
Relax, dog. This Carolina. This is not Pittsburgh.
Sit down, bro. Yeah,
I
man.
said that on a previous show that we did before, man. I'm so done with the dinosaur era, man.
Yeah,
you can see it on you can see it with the sports commentary on television, on the internet. It's like the dinosaur era is done, man. If you ain't ready to get on with all that foolishness that's been going on, everybody they still in there. You got the dudes still in there thinking they can, do some weird stuff with the cheerleaders and stuff like that. Like, man, this ain't that no more, man.
2025, man, a whole new wave, bro.
This ain't that no more, man. You ain't finna use the franchise as a brothel.
Right.
Like, no, man. Take y'all little horny butts home and let's play some real football. Let's play some football.
Let's get it. Let's run a business and play some football, man, and
go home.
And go home. Hey, man, hell of a show, fellas. Hell of a show. We're going to go and get up out of here, man. Hey, I will say, league guys, man, once we get this last player, we had one dropping standard. We definitely going to get this draft selection show popping live. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that, man. Other than that, 110 days left, man, for our draft. We always do it that very last Sunday before NFL season kickoff. And obviously you already know, the NFL schedule comes out tomorrow, you guys. It's
absolutely
24 hours now at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Pretty much you can go on your favorite team's website. You can see who they playing home and away. But this, the schedule just obviously just telling you what day it's going to be, what time it's going to be, stuff like that. You got a lot of teams playing and I know we playing in Madrid this season, Madrid, Spain, or whatnot. The Kansas City Chiefs
Miami over there.
Yeah, we playing Miami over there. Yeah, Kansas City Chiefs playing over. So you just check your local listings and whatnot. There's a lot of fun international games that's going on. The Eagles got some dope games going on. We got Thanksgiving. Adam Scheffler already putting out those holiday games. Even YouTube is about to scream their first NFL game.
So that was in Brazil.
And my birthday fall on a Sunday this year, so.
Oh, yeah. You already know what it is.
Know what that means.
You already know what it is, man. Like, that's just what it do, man. So
hopefully we got a home game so I can go to Charlotte.
I'm going to be honest, I would love to do that
that may want to return if we can't fill that spot, man. We got the 87 chuggers, man.
87 chuggers, yeah.
First
couple of seasons he was with us, man. You know what I'm saying?
We can also still think about expanding. I mean, that's still not out of approach at this point.
Not at all. That's why I want to get everything done early. That way we can have that time to progress, and you know what I'm saying. Do what we want to do and do what we need to do, man. But dope show, fellas. Dope show, man. You already know what it is. NPR Fantasy Football League, man. Hey. And I want to shout out. I gotta say it, man. Like, look, the Pacers are digging in fucking Cleveland ass right now, dude. I think it's done.
Donovan.
The Pacers coming out of the East.
Oh, in the town.
The Pacers coming out the East. I mean, it was a good thing. New York beating Boston and all
man,
that, but they're not gonna beat
was
the
talking
Pacers.
about that earlier, bro. Cool cannot stand the Pacers, yo.
Pacers, man.
Hey, I think it's gonna be the Pacers and the Knicks, yo.
Never,
Obviously,
ever want to see the Pacers do anything ever.
yeah, man. And I feel so bad for Jason Tatum, man. He had a successful surgery today, and it's so crazy. It went by so fast, man. I didn't even see the part where they said they actually confirmed that it was the Achilles, but we obviously knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? So he had his surgery today. He got that out the way. Probably don't see him to probably like next
Did
2026.
Dame Dollar even
postseason.
have his surgery yet?
That I do not know. Yeah, we'll have to look.
Maybe
that
because
up.
he had that issue going on with
the
blood
blood
clot.
clot.
They said he was healthy though. He was back, but you know,
Now Dame had his surgery.
he
He
had.
did.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So Giannis is definitely, we're gonna get into our NBA talk too, man, here. You know, we ain't just do fantasy football. We talk about a plethora of things, man. But Giannis is obviously trying to weigh is he's gonna stay with Milwaukee or not. My Lakers would love to have him. And me and Cool was talking earlier, man. Like, I do want to do a segment, a show about the NBA, man. Like, is it rigged? Is the draft lottery? I'm sick of the draft lottery, bro. At this point, I really am, man. Like, and we was talking about AD when the Lakers traded for him, and they ended up getting Zion, the first round pick. Now Luka, we got him. Now Dallas got the first round pick. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
Come
man.
on,
They gave it to Dallas, man. They should have gave it to Philly, man. You know what I'm saying?
gave it to the
We
Wizards.
should have given it to Philly, but you know, we'll take number 3.
Yeah,
I'm
but
a
I
Philly
look at
fan
it
in
like this.
basketball.
I'm like, if you want to be real, bro, let's do it like the NFL. The Wizards was the suckiest team. They should have had the first round pick.
Well,
They
they're
should get Cooper
trying
Flag.
to make it so teams don't just tank and be sorry and get the first pick. That's why they do the lottery.
No, I get it, but they definitely got to switch that up though.
But they should do it like we do it. They should do it live for the public to see. They do it behind closed doors with only 3 people in there in the room.
Man,
so that's why it's room for people to say it's fixed.
Yeah, I believe it.
The NBA rigs. The NBA rigs the right way. They do it the right way. When they rig it, Cleveland gets LeBron, Chicago gets Derrick Rose. You get what I'm saying? When they rig it, they do it the right way. So
they even it out at least.
Yeah, and because like I was telling Commissioner at the top of the show, don't nobody want to see Cooper Flag in Utah, man. Yet I like it without. I like it, and I don't want to.
I get it, but I don't though, because he already.
I would like to see Cooper Flag with the Washington Wizards.
Nah, y'all don't.
They gonna go there to die. His career gonna end.
It will. But I'm just looking at it in the NFL sense, man. Like, you know, the Titans was the suckiest team in the NFL last year. They got Cam Ward, right? They needed a quarterback. Anyway, they got him. I just feel like the NBA, come on, man. That lottery is trash, bro.
Yeah, that lottery is trash, though.
It's trash.
It's a joke.
I mean, they should at least make it live for the public to see it, because you're going to always have people saying it's fixed because of these type of things. You got 3 people in the room.
Hey, we knew the lottery was fixed back when the Lakers had won the championship and then ended up having the number 1 overall pick. Come on, man. And this is my team. I love the Lakers, but when and that was before me. But once I learned that history, I was like, ooh, it benefited us, but ooh.
And then the first time the lottery ever was done in '85, New York got it because New York needed a star player because they're one of the biggest markets, and they got Pat Ewing.
Yep.
Just last 2 years ago, the Greg Popovich started having health problems, and the Spurs get Victor Wembanyama, and now Popovich can go chill. It's like, hey, the NBA, when they rig it, they get it right. I ain't gonna lie.
Right. I agree.
It happens so smooth that you don't even think twice about it.
You don't think twice about it, bro.
I like that.
And look, and then after the draft lottery last night, look, I'm saying I'm scrolling through Twitter, right, or X, whatever you want to call it. Man, I'm scrolling through. All I see is Cooper Flag in a Dallas uniform already with the AI. I'm like, God, bro, y'all already knew y'all were gonna get him.
But they had to do something, because when they got rid of Luka, they went up on the ticket prices.
Yep.
So now they can justify it by saying, "Oh, come and see Flag."
Even though
That's
they got
crazy,
they
man.
got AD over there still and Kyrie.
AD, Kyrie, yeah, you still got
Kyrie will be there
more
probably
players.
middle of the year. What he have an ACL?
You still got it. Yeah, I forgot all about he was
Yeah,
hurt.
he is coming out, but it's still Kyrie though.
Yeah, he gonna be. It's gonna take him some time to get back, but the team even with it. By the time he gets back healthy, the team, in my opinion, with what they got there, that's a good team. That's gonna be a good team.
They not a play-in team.
Right.
They will actually make the playoffs next year.
Yeah, like
You can say that
well,
because
I
it
mean, I
depends
don't know.
how Kyrie comes back. They're gonna need Kyrie.
Yeah.
They're
I
gonna
don't
need
see
him.
him. I don't
With
see him
Kyrie
coming back.
flag AD, it'll be nice. But if
Yeah.
Kyrie gonna have to work his way back, he ain't gonna come straight in and be himself. All he got to get. He gonna be rehabbing, but he ain't gonna be in game shape and playing shape. When he gets back and get his win beneath his belt and get back to being Kyrie, they'll be ready.
Yeah.
Hey man, listen, we already over time.
Yeah.
We might as well go ahead and put it out there. What y'all think about the GOAT, man, going to NBC commentator, MJ commentating, man?
MJ, I did look. I seen that earlier this morning. I was like, "Whoa, MJ actually really taking his job?" Like I don't
Isaiah
believe it.
Stewart punching the air.
Right. Michael Jordan, like he's really want to be
Michael Jordan can do whatever he want, man. He got
man.
his own autograph on one of his pair of shoes that's worth $1 million. He just sold. He
Isaiah
just
saw
sold
that
the
news come
team for
across his
$3
phone screen
billion.
and started swinging for the fence. I know he did not. I know he didn't get out there at NBC.
Hey, but he played on that network a lot when it came to the finals, though, man.
Yeah,
Like you know what I'm saying? Like he played on the network.
I'm interested to see how it go though, because MJ don't
Yeah.
really seem to be. He wasn't too big with the media in terms of like speaking with them and being friendly.
That's what I'm
man.
interested in
So
too.
it's
I
like-
think he's gonna be lively, man, bubbly. I really believe it, man.
I think that this is more of like a handshake thing between him and NBC. They always they broadcasted so many of them Bulls finals.
Yeah.
And he was probably so familiar with people over there, and obviously both of them got a bag, right? So this is Peacock. Probably they bringing it back the coverage to NBC, and what better way to roll it out? And I'm just kind of thinking it's just kind of dope to see the living goats talking, like because Brady was in the booth. Brady was in the booth.
He's not gonna be commentating though. MJ not gonna be commentating games.
I don't think he's gonna be really commentating like that. They say special contributor or
right. I think they're gonna do something like like what LeBron have, like barbershop talk or something.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it's gonna
sidebar
be like that, but they're gonna do it live. You know what I'm saying? Or
it's a sidebar that's gonna be live.
Yeah, and they're gonna have MJ in there with a cigar in his mouth talking that talk.
Yeah, that's why I said you give him a cigar, he gonna be wide open.
I think they're gonna mess around and bring I think it's probably gonna be him and it'd be him and Ahmad Rashad. Remember Ahmad Rashad?
Yeah.
That's we ain't seen
inside.
What
was it? Inside stuff.
Inside, well, that was all NBC. So I'm saying now that it's back with NBC, I bet you it'd be MJ and Ahmad Rashad doing like a little, like you know how Chris Berman used to do that little 2-minute drill on with the NFL and all, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
and shout out to Chris Berman too. He just signed a big deal with ESPN. The bag, bro.
He one of the dinosaurs I like.
Yeah, he definitely getting his bag. It almost made me miss Stuart Scott so much.
Oh man, rest in peace.
Like,
somebody got to be married.
That's a whole other we could talk about.
Somebody got to be married to one of Berman daughters for him to still be in there the way they cutting everybody out of ESPN.
Hey man, when he do his 3 minutes during the
I love it. It's one of the best.
Whoop.
Yeah, I ain't saying he's not good at what he do. I like him, but I just think he's for him to be a dinosaur and he survived.
I'll be looking forward to that on Sundays, man.
Somebody married to his daughter. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, man, let's go and get up out of here, man. Get back to our fan bell, man, and do it all over again. You know how we do, man. NPR Fantasy Football League. We got some big things coming, man. Like I said, we're gonna pour this last one into standard. We're gonna get our PPR standard draft selection show going. And that's just what it do, man. We ain't got long. Marquise, you know, we say it every year, bro. When they come around this time, we look at the days, be like 100 days. God, that's a long time. Before you know it, it be draft day, man.
They ain't down to 12 hours. Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
12. You be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what it do. That's what the business is, man.
Hey, catch
Great
us on
show,
Spotify, YouTube, man.
Yes,
NPR
sir.
League.
Everywhere.
Yes, baby.
Apple Music,
Yes,
Apple
sir.
Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Wherever
Amazon.
you watch or listen to
We
your
everywhere,
podcast,
bro.
you can catch
Everywhere.
the NPR League.
We are everywhere, man. I look, sidebar. I looked at us on Amazon podcast the other day. I don't even know you guys even logged into it if you got an Amazon account, but we up there.
Okay.
We definitely up
I
there.
need
man.
to go up there and check it out.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we definitely up there, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. NPR Fantasy League. That's what we do. Season 7. Let's go.
Yes, sir. We
hard.